When I was small, we lived in the city. But one time our parents decided it would be important for us children to learn how things grow and to participate a little bit in country life. So each of us was given a packet of seeds for something we wanted to plant, and each of us planted the seeds and helped something to grow. One of us had lettuce seeds, and we all watched the lettuce grow. One had pumpkins, another radishes, another beets, and my sister Kim had corn. When the lettuce began to sprout, we were so excited. We cut it and took it in, washed it and sliced it up into pieces so that we could all taste it for dinner. How delicious it was. It was all progressing nicely. The pumpkins were growing out of control. Everything was producing, except for Kim's corn. A beautiful green corn stalk sprouted up, but not a single ear of corn was to be found on it. Every day we would all go out there and look at it, and Kim would cry because her corn was not producing. My great-grandmother was a country girl, used to farm ways. She said, "I'm going to pull out that corn stalk and throw it into the fire." Of course, that made my sister cry more, and my mother wouldn't hear of it. We kept watching, but there was still no corn. Till one day, we went out to find that a miracle had occurred. One single ear of corn had appeared on that stalk. My sister was the happiest little girl in the world. Her corn had borne fruit. When it came time, we took the ear of corn inside. My mother cooked it up nicely, cut it up into pieces for all of us to taste, and we all agreed that Kimmy's corn was the best we had ever tasted. She was so proud of what she had grown. It wasn't until 40 years later that I learned that my mother had gone to the store, bought an ear of corn, and with a piece of string tied it to the stalk. Only a mother's love could be that creative. I am the vine and you are the branches. That's how we started out in life, as an extension of our mother. During those 9 months, it was her life blood going through us. Then came the time when we broke away from the mother. The umbilical cord was cut, and we began that new adventure, probably with a cry, by taking our first breath of life-giving air. But all throughout our life, like it or not, our mother remains always a part of us. Alexander the Great had a mother who was a domineering and pushy shrew. He used to say that for the rest of his life he was paying rent on those 9 months. No matter what, something of our mother remains a part of us all the days of our life. Many of us grew up with the science and science fiction books of Isaac Asimov. He was of a Jewish family, and his mother had been born in Russia. He tells us that after his parents had sold their little candy store, the mother discovered that she had a little more time now and wanted to go to night school and learn to write in English. She did very well and learned quickly, and soon she was able to write little letters to her son. One night, the teacher cornered her in the hall and said, "Mrs. Asimov, tell me, are you by any chance related to the great writer Isaac Asimov?" Very proudly she answered, "Yes, he is my dear son." The teacher said, "Oh, it is no wonder then that you're such a good writer." Well, she became indignant and said, "I beg your pardon. It's no wonder that he is such a good writer." We receive much from our mother and father. Even after they are no longer physically here with us, they remain in us. The Germans have an old saying, Der Apfel fällt nicht weit vom Baum. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That is true. We have so much of the tree in us. We are its fruit. Our mother gave us life, and that life still flows through our veins. It is in our relationship to our mother that we can most easily understand our relationship to God. God is the vine, and we are the branches of that vine. Just as we began our life as an extension of our mother, so too we are an extension, a part of God. We can picture God as a fire, and we are sparks from that fire. For a while, those sparks dart out and go on the adventure of earthly existence. But it is God's life, God's fire, God's light, which remains in us and allows us to continue living, just as it is our mother's life-giving force which put life into us. We are branches on that eternal vine, sparks from the eternal fire, venturing out for a while on our own before being reunited with the divine. At the most difficult times of our life, how good is it to reach back and grasp on to that vine and feel once again its life-giving force running through our veins, to tap again into the life-giving, love-giving energy that is God. We are branches that were made to bear fruit, even if God or our mother has to come and tie that ear of corn.